If you think you know how fast Saitama truly is, well, think again, because your concept of Saitama's speed was just completely shattered and destroyed in this episode. I mean, I knew this guy was fast. I knew this guy was quick. He's been training for 3 years, 100 push-ups, sit-up, crunches, 10K race or jog every day, okay? And we know he's fast. He's really fast, but episode 4, he was just scary fast, like stupid fast. So in this episode, you already saw it, probably, most likely you already saw it. So you got Sonic. You guys remember Sonic? The guy who's like Speedy Gonzalez? So Sonic is like a ninja, and it seems like he's human. He's just a human who's been training since he was a little boy. It's similar to Saitama in the sense that, what's this computer keep doing? Anyways, forget about the computer. Similar to Saitama, where he was just training, and then he became stronger. So this guy became faster, really quick, really fast. Now, when he's going around Saitama, I'm like, oh man, Saitama has the strength upper hand, but this guy must be the fastest guy there. But it turns out he's not. So as the ninja guy is attacking Saitama, Saitama goes like, hey buddy. He just looks at him like in slow motion. Wow, this guy, Saitama, you're so OP. You're so OP. Now the funny part was when he just held his punch there. And the guy was like landing on it and his balls, all you see was this like bump and like going, oh man, I thought it was gonna explode. So apparently, as long as Saitama doesn't exert force on you, you can survive. But if you go on his fist, like at the very least, it's gonna hurt. I'm pretty sure he won't be having babies after that. So Sonic, Saitama let him live. Now Sonic is gonna come back in the future. It's probably gonna be similar scenario where he's gonna train, he's gonna think he has the upper hand now, I think he's gonna get his ass whooped. But I predict that next time we see Sonic, one of two things is gonna happen. Well, 3 things could happen. So 1, he could survive again, which would be kind of boring. 2, he can get his ass destroyed, boom, explodes, he's done. Or 3, he's gonna realize how underpowered he is and how OP Saitama is, and he's gonna wanna take a similar role to Genos, where he's gonna either wanna be a disciple or he's just gonna wanna travel with Saitama. Now, I haven't read the manga, which I will be reading the manga soon, but I still haven't read it. So I don't know, this is just my guesses and my based on some evidence. So I do think he's gonna join the team. Now, let's talk about Saitama for a second and Genos. So the question really is, why did Saitama took in Genos? That is the question. Because you guys remember back when episode 2, when Genos asked to be his pupil and Master Saitama said okay after some debates, we never understood what is his motive, because Saitama has nothing to gain, it seems. He has nothing to gain from having Genos chase him around. In fact, it kind of annoys him. And it's not that he's lonely either, because the fact that, I mean, he's not lonely. He's a loner. That's the type of hero he is. He's a hero for fun and he doesn't need other people. But having Genos is a good thing for him because 1, it does 2 things. 1, Genos is being chased by some sort of, like he has some enemies that he has to face. And it seems like by having Genos on the team, it's gonna attract more villains, more enemies. And that's good for Saitama because then he can prove himself as the hero. He's gonna have enemies come to him, maybe even stronger enemies that he wouldn't have not encountered before. So that's one of the reasons why he has Genos on the team. But the second reason is when you are a hero of justice and there's nobody watching you, how can you explain to people what you've done? You have no record, you don't have like a drone following you with a camera. So Genos is that witness. He is the person watching Saitama, witnessing these events unfold, who is living and who can write about it or talk to other people about it in the future. So he's serving as a record keeper for Saitama. And in all of Saitama's adventures, Genos is gonna witness it and he's gonna be able to expand his name to the land. So I feel like that's the motive behind Saitama. Even though it wasn't explicitly said out loud, we can only assume, but it doesn't change the fact that he probably does have a motive, and based on the little hints and what he's told us so far and his motives outside of what he said, if you connect the dots, I mean, it's pretty clear that Genos is not just doing it out of the kindness of his heart, he's doing it for a reason. And I feel like those are the two reasons why he allowed Genos to be with him. So episode 5, the 5th episode, they're gonna be going and registering, and that's pretty much, I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be more than that, but they're gonna be registering to be heroes, official heroes. And then you're gonna get some recognition, so I'm just really excited to see what's gonna happen. Now back to this episode, man, one of my favorite things, all right, was the little ball, the big ball guy, all right? The guy, every time he escaped death, he was like, thank you, mommy, for the big head, strong head you gave me. Oh, this guy was so funny. I really enjoy this guy, man, hysterical. What was interesting though is that Saitama kept saying, like, you remind me of myself, or I'm not too much different from you in terms of what we're looking for. So he's jobless, and he can sympathize and relate to this guy. So that was interesting to see. Also, man, Sonic No Mercy, killing all those other bald-headed guys. Like that was pretty sad. I mean, come on, a little too much overdone. You had like 20, 30 guys, and all of a sudden, just all their heads just off. So that was a little unnecessary, I feel. But you know, it's One Punch Man. What do you expect? Overall, I feel like this episode was great. It wasn't as epic as I would say episode 2, or even as crazy as episode 1, or even episode 3 had its moments too. But it was still a good episode, so I would give it like what, an 8.5. And okay, this 8.5 doesn't mean it's bad, because remember, this is made by Madhouse and this is One Punch Man. So every episode is freaking amazing. Even a bad episode of One Punch Man is still better than most good episodes from other anime. But in the realm of One Punch Man and the standard that One Punch Man sets for itself, this is like an 8.5. But in the realm of anime in general, this is still a 10 out of 10 episode. I mean, pretty much every episode is going to be a 10 out of 10. So again, let's make that distinction. In the realm of One Punch Man, this is an 8.5, I would say. So very good episode. Let me know in the comments below, what was your favorite moment of this episode 4? And what are your thoughts for the next villain for the One Punch Man? I'll see you guys next time with my boy Saitama.